Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to FQ. We are here for the season finale of Division 2 around the twisty technical street circuit of Marina Bay. It's not Marina Bay. It is? It is Marina Bay.
It is
It
Marina
is
Bay,
Marina
yes.
Bay, yes. And to get my facts straight, like that one, with me in the commentary box, is Finexi. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine, mate. Excited to see another race in Div 2. Obviously, championships both decided, but
hmm
that doesn't mean that this race will be any less exciting or any less of significance. It's the last race of season 2 in Div 2. Obviously, we will
True.
have a Div 1 race later on today. That will be the true last race of season 2, but I am excited.
Yeah, and because there's no championships up for grabs, might be even possible that there's a little bit less on the line. People are a little bit more aggressive, and we get a more interesting race. But we'll see. Before we get into it, we'll say there is a couple of new people, some debutantes. In the usual Ferrari debutant seat, we have Ryan Mellon, who's making his debut, and in the McLaren we have Arise. So good to have them in the league, and we can follow how they do with great interest as we watch Big Boris going around his outlap.
Yeah, Big Boris usually going out first. Not an unfamiliar sight at all. Boris in the Mercedes with his Red Bull helmet, going out first of anyone. And yeah, Boris scored his first points in Australia last weekend. Not last weekend, but last time out. And he'll be hoping to continue that today.
Yeah, it was a hectic race 2 weeks ago, wasn't it, at Albert Park. Very different track though today, a lot more twisty and technical, but also still a street circuit and still a circuit that can bite if you make the tiniest of mistakes, and a really interesting season finale. Obviously this was the second race of the season for the Div 1 guys.
Yep.
And with the seasons switched, it is the last race of the season for these guys.
Yeah, I do like Singapore as a season finale, finishing under the lights. I like it a lot more than I like Miami as a season finisher, I'll tell you that much.
That's facts.
But, under the lights, it's always going to be nice to finish a season and hopefully finish on a high. We've been on a high all season long. Basically every race has been incredibly entertaining, for us at least in the commentary box, as Boris starts the first lap of Marina Bay.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the F1 sim racing championships, haven't we, over the week, and
Yes.
I watched a couple of those races, and all I could think of was it's got nothing on FQ Division 2. So, every race has had something to offer, and I'm sure this one will be the exact same as we watch Big Boris going through purple through the first sector, but obviously he's the first person through, so that's to be expected. And the guy next person behind him is Cody on a lap.
Yep.
And then Simi finally out at the start of qualifying on his outlap. Great to see.
Yeah.
He usually comes out really late.
Yeah, I actually asked him about that earlier, and about his 2 quali laps instead of 3. He didn't give me a straight answer. He just said that because in disqualifications and invalidations and stuff like that, but I believe he's taken it to heart and now he's going for an early run for once.
Yeah, good. I mean, he usually qualifies quite well even with the 2 runs, so hopefully with the 3 runs it'll be even better. We know Simi's got a lot of pace when he wants to, so maybe last race of the season, no championship on the line, this is his chance to get a win or a podium.
Yeah, Mercedes in a constructors fight, obviously with Red Bull, I believe, for a spot. I will go check that right now. Speak Boris. 32.9 and Cody immediately 30.9. Absolutely just wraps that time up.
Nick Furyman will be next, and he's probably going to go top of the timesheets. He does with a 30.1, great time for
that
him.
is a good lap.
And then Tiger to P3.
I'll tell you who to watch out to, though. It's Spazman. He on a quick lap at the moment, and very quick around the Singapore street.
Golf to the line P2.
in practice sessions that we did earlier. Ooh, a big snap for Specimen there to the final sector. But yeah, as I was saying, Red Bull and Mercedes fighting for P7 in the Constructors Championship. As the Specimen does go fastest, so there's definitely still something in this for Simi, and the fight for second place in the Constructors. Also heating up with Aston Martin, Williams and Alpine all within 15 points.
As we get our first laps on the board, I'm going to follow Simi around his lap, see what he can do. We're getting more and more times. Obviously this is also a track which there is a couple of places where you can invalidate, so no doubt there's some people who have.
Ooh,
That's a yellow flag. I think that's Lance going onto a lap as Harrison gets a really good time. First man in the 29s in the Alpine, so great job from him. Obviously replacing Stevie, who's not racing today, unfortunately.
Yep.
So only Nick can score points for Alpine, of course, because reserves don't score points for the teams that they represent in the race. As Simi to the line, P5.
That is also true for Williams, who I don't think have a main driver driving today.
No.
Which means that if Alpine score even 2 points, they will be third in the Constructors. So that is all on to Nick Fuhrman then.
Arise.
To score those 2 points.
It's saying to me that Arise, I mean, obviously I know it's minimap, but minimap purple sector for the McLaren man, and it does look quite good.
Time do you remember? I can tell you right now.
We'll see how the lap goes for the driver making his debut. One of the two drivers making his debut. The other first timer is currently in P10 as Axel Ross jumps up to P3 with a great lap.
Yeah, good lap from Simi as well in P6 right now, ahead of Kaz in the Aston Martin. Kaz very vocal about not being too comfortable on this track, and I think it's showing down in P8, not what he would have expected or wanted, but he's going to be looking to improve throughout this session as we just Arizal through the final corner.
Yeah, here he goes.
Keeping it tidy. No invalidations. Oh, second fastest.
Only half a tenth off as well, as we now then look to his teammate Lance, who's 4 tenths down in the first sector on him. So not a great first sector for the champion, of course. Lance winning the championship last time out in Australia. So he can drive with a bit more freedom, knowing that that's all wrapped up, and so is the team's championship for his team McLaren.
Yes.
So let's see what he can do in qualifying here as he flicks the car into the right hand side into the final sector. We're not getting any splits, of course, because this is his first lap. He's the only person not to have set a lap. Go blasting past the old section that they removed for 2023, and then we go around the final corner really fast, left-hander, slight dab on the brakes. Definitely got more time to find there, and he goes only P15. So that not a good time at all from Lance.
Not at all. But not known for his great qualifying is Lance, but that I think might be... Oh yes! I don't know if he's still on board, but he's very, very close to hitting the Aston Martin of Ghost then.
I wasn't still on board, no. I was looking at Cody, who's currently on the outlap.
McLaren. Yeah, that's the other McLaren of Arizal that almost got into a collision. But yeah, as I said, Lance maybe not known for his qualifying pace, but definitely will want to be doing better than a 1:32.4.
Yes, definitely.
That is staggering.
Yeah, over... What's that? 2 seconds? Yeah, over 2 seconds. 2.6 seconds off the pole is not where we expect our champion to be, down in P15. So I don't know if there was a mistake on that lap or whether he's just done no practice or what, but he needs to find some big improvements over the next couple of flying laps.
He does indeed, and everyone in the top 10 very close, second covering them, and everyone with time to find, I believe, on their second and third laps now. So, are you following Cody throughout a lap?
Yes, I'll follow Cody through the lap. Nick is also on a lap just ahead of him, so these two will be setting times, well, their second time first.
Yep. And Cody just managing, as you can see the Alpine there, off Nick Fuhrman.
I think he's backed off.
And he's backed off the lap, so he must have had an invalidation somewhere. But
Yeah.
Cody through sector 1 at 27.2.
Slightly up.
That's not bad at all. 27.1, 27.0 are the best first sectors so far in this session. He has got 4 laps of fuel on board. That's Cody. So maybe adjusting for a possible invalidation or something like this, or maybe just forgetting to take the fuel out. Sometimes happens.
Very tidy middle section. Oh, he's hit the wall. Just as I was going to say that was a tidy middle section, the commentator's curse strikes again and he wipes his front wing off completely, and that lap is over. So we look
Not
behind.
pretty at all. Tiger is on a lap. I think he's just coming up to the section that Cody hit the wall in right now.
I'm not going to say.
Wall on the right hand side.
I'm not going to say anything good about anyone ever again while I'm commentating. This is an awful lap from Tiger. Absolutely shocking. I'm joking. If he puts it on pole now.
Might get you in trouble,
oh my god, he's actually up as well. I need to keep saying
he's up
things.
For 5/10.
This is shocking. This
into P7. If Tiger can keep this up, looking good so far for the Williams reserve driver, making his debut last week out, of course, in Australia, and now looking to impress even more here in Singapore as he comes through the final corner. A fast left-hander that what I wouldn't give to drive that corner in an actual F1 car.
It's a good time as well.
8th fastest with a 30.7. Interestingly,
right,
AJ was 7/10 up on his time, but he's seemingly backed off.
Yeah,
and
he's going again.
He was 7/10 up on his time. I don't know why.
Boris is up too, and he looks like he's going to take Lance here, possibly, with further improvement in the final sector. He does. That demotes Lance to dead last. So,
not
good.
Just a bit of insight from Mitch in the chat. Lance has been screaming about a GP2 engine in the pits. So maybe some engine issues for our champion.
Yeah, possibly. Obviously, the Mercedes engine in the back of that McLaren. Hopefully, nothing terminal.
Not the strongest engine in the world, but
better than the Renault.
It is.
As Harrison
goes with the
faster.
Renault engine goes with a 29.8.
Rob's out. That's a crash down at the hairpin. Down at the hairpin, yeah. We're going to see what happens.
AJ,
yeah, he's gone to the outside
he's
wall.
Just gone straight on. Gone straight on. Looks like a lock-up in the hairpin, and that is... Oh yes, Nick Sherman. The Alpine front row lockout is something that we have said before this season. But,
we have, yes. But it was obviously Nick and Stevie.
Last time out, Alpine looking in better form as the season goes on. They were in great form at the start of the season, then they dropped off in the mid-season, and now they seem to be back.
Axel Ross is on a good lap here.
Axel Ross 4/10 up in Sector 1.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's Sector 2. I am very smart.
Yeah, 3/10 up though, that will put him right on the pace of your top two. This could split or even beat both the Alpines. This is going to be a great lap for the Ferrari as he comes around the final corner, leaving no margin to the white line. Ooh, very close. P2
two
for
Ferraris, and that is very, very close indeed. As Golf just to the final sector now in his house. We've seen some pace from him. Can he show it again? He's invalidated in the final corner. I should also not talk. Apparently, he was 6/10 up. He did a 129.8. Oh no! Oh dear! We should not talk. Why if we just stay silent?
We need to be sacked as commentators.
They're gonna fire us?
We're cursed. We are cursed, I think.
Yeah.
As we're watching Ghost now in the Aston Martin going around.
He wanted a special shout out on stream today, so I'm gonna give that to him now. 2/10 up in the first sector, 27-1. That is a very, very good first sector for Ghost. As the Martin look to lock in that P2 in the Constructors' Championship. Down as much as they can. Looking very nice so far, going all the way to the right here using the track. Chink the car left, and then there's a quick ride. This is a very awkward corner. You need to go right. Don't hit the wall on the right hand side here, or go straight on like Cody and Rob taught us not to do. Very well done from Ghost, and then it's just a long straight not actually that long of a straight because it's not straight. I thought it was, yeah, he's 2 tenths up on his time so far. That wouldn't quite put him on pace with the front runners, but that is a decent time that could put him up into the top 5.
Possibly. To get past
yeah.
Spazman, he'd need a really good final sector. Let's see. It looks clean. He uses all the track through the final corner. What can the Aston Martin do as he comes to the line, opens the DRS, and it is only P6, but very close to the top 5. He did find quite a lot of time in that final sector, and that's maybe a dark horse for this race, as we know Ghost can be quite good on the strategy and with his race pace, so someone to watch out for if he starts as high as that. So great lap.
Lance has gone P9.
Yes.
Wow. And that is where he will qualify at the best, because he will not have time to get into the pits and out again.
Nope.
That is shocking for the champion. I mean, champions and Singapore don't usually go that well together. Max Verstappen in the past 2 years having some struggles around this track, so Lance just looking to recreate what Verstappen has had in the last 2 years, starting outside the top 10 maybe even, and
yeah, I'm going to follow Spazman here. He's just about to start a lap and he's right on the bubble. Currently sitting P5, but I'm pretty sure that was his first lap, wasn't it? That lap to put in P5, so I reckon there's more time in the bag, and he is definitely in the shout for pole here.
Yeah, Spazman we know is very, very quick on a big snap there. A tank slapper when he came through sector 1, but yeah, we know Spazman definitely has space to challenge for poles and even for wins in this division, and in Division 1 as well. He's been doing well. 26.8 for the first sector. That is a seriously fast first sector.
It is 2 tenths up on his previous best. That will put him right on the pace with Harrison. Axel Ross, he'll need another half tenth or so around the rest of the lap.
That Alfa Romeo does not seem comfortable to drive at all. It looks like it's stepping out on him in every corner. This is reminiscent of Leclerc's 2019 pole lap almost. that many corrections having to be made here by Spazman.
Worst pole lap I've ever seen, that from Charles Leclerc in 2019.
Horrible.
That was awful, but he somehow got the time out of it, and he's backed out. So he'll go again.
He must have been down on his time, but even if he goes again, he won't have too much ERS.
He might be able to drag the brake and get some.
That's a bit naughty moving over the track like that, but Tiger is 4 tenths up now that I do switch to him. He's going to be the next to cross the line. Currently 4 tenths up, which would put him up only 1 position, but definitely time in this final sector to find for Tiger as he wrestles the Williams through these final corners. To the left-hander, and
Cody's out.
Line now on the 7th fastest for Tiger. He cannot break into the 29s, and the 29s are mandatory to get anything done in this qualifying session. Nick Furyman staying in the pits. He's out of qualifying. He will trust that 29.731. And Axel Ross, did we mention him going P2? Oh yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Everyone's going onto laps now. I don't think there's anyone on a lap at the moment that's coming close to the line. Yeah, he's Arise, I think, is the next person who will cross the line on a lap.
Yeah.
Going through sector 3 now.
You're saying Arise, okay, I'm saying Arisok. Arise version. To the final sector, he's about half a tenth down. Is the McLaren. Not the McLaren we expected to see up there, but well done from the debutant already. Can he
backed off?
No.
He backed off there. And he was only 4 tenths down, so that's really odd why he backed out right at the end, didn't just finish the lap. I'm not quite sure what happened.
Spazman's 2 tenths up once again. Harrison is up a little bit. And he's going to be the first.
Oh, he's 4 tenths up.
He's now up by 4 tenths. Oh my.
This could be pole right here for Alpine and make it again Alpine 1-2. We'll have to also see what Axel Ross has to offer, and also Spazman having to redo the lap that he backed out of. Clatters the curb. That's not the greatest way to take that from Harrison, but let's see if he's still got the time in hand.
Not going to help him at all, but that should be good.
P1.
As he cross the line. That is a div one time, I'll tell you what. Spazman is going to be next to cross the line again.
It's 2 tenths up.
These corrections on the Sauber, they just look horrific to drive. That setup does not look comfortable at all for Spazman, only for fastest. Axel Ross is 2 tenths up. He might challenge for something here. He goes on the front row, only a few hundredths behind Harrison. So Axel Ross and Harrison.
Kaz up to
only
7th.
7th fastest.
Golf up to 5th. Great lap.
Yeah, and that's qualifying then. Unless AJ's still on.
AJ's still on lap. He's a second up. He goes P13.
13th, yeah.
So biggest stories of this, other than pole of course, is good job on his debut from Arise in P4,
Yes.
but a couple of big hitters out of the position. Kaz and Lance both down in 8th and 10th respectively. They'll need to make some moves on a track that's notoriously difficult to overtake around.
Yeah, track position very important around here, and as you say, a very important qualifying. And Harrison will be very happy with the pole position. And this bounds well for Alpine, Nick in P3, and both the Aston Martin struggling slightly in 7th and 8th.
However,
Remember,
we know
Alpine need to gain 15 points, so it's doable.
we know in this race anything can happen. The walls are so close. Safety cars are usually plenty. And nothing is a given from qualifying, but it is a good start, especially with how difficult it is to overtake. And it is Harrison with a great lap. A 29.4, like you said, Div 1 pace, and I'm sure he'll be absolutely elated with that. He takes under the pole position, and it's Axel Ross in P2 joining him on the front row by less than a tenth, so close to his first pole. And then it's Nick, Arise and Golf in the top 5, and then it's Spazman, Ghost, Kaz, Tiger and Lance down in 10th. Simi, Cody, AJ, the other person making his debut, Ryan, 14th, Big Boris, 15th, and Rob, who obviously DNF'd and didn't get a chance to set another lap, down in last and with a lot to do. Good qualifying, close, a lot of close times as we usually expect, and I expect the race to be exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen some crazy races and we've seen some close races. Hopefully we'll get a close race. Hopefully there's not going to be too much chaos. I don't think either of our voices can stand another Japan.
I don't think this track will lend itself to a race like that. I think if a race like this, a track like this is crazy, it's more like to be crashes and safety cars and things, which is, we don't want to see anyone crash, we don't want to see anyone DNF, we want to see everyone in the race. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it is a byproduct of a street circuit such as this, as we wait for the drivers to finalise their setups, their strategies, and we'll get them away for the formation lap.
Yeah, I'm just yeah, someone's ready it up. I actually called this. You can go back, you can't go back because it was before we started stream. But I did say someone was gonna ready up, and someone has ready it up.
It's pretty much a given at this point.
Yes.
Right, let's see a tyre allocation. I'm surprised the front row both on the medium compound by the looks of things. That's interesting. And Nick on the soft. I thought people would want to get the the track position, but in fact the top 8 other than Nick all on the mediums. Tiger going for the hard tyres, and it's Lance and Simi on the mediums. Cody going for the soft compound, AJ and Ryan on the hard tyres going long, and Boris and Rob also on medium. So overwhelming majority of people have gone for the medium compound.
Yeah, and we are restarting the lobby.
Contact with someone.
We are restarting the lobby. That is what we are doing, because someone read it up early.
Oh. Is that really necessary? Okay, well, we're getting a lobby restart, which is out of my control, out of our control, so I'm going to put it onto the Be Right Back screen, and we'll be back when the race resumes, when we have a lobby restart. Alright everyone, we're back. Lobby restart due to someone readying up too quickly, and we've sorted the grid out. We'll do it in the same order as what was qualified. People get a extra chance to sort out their strategies and tyres, and then we'll get back underway. Sorry for that delay, but we will be getting underway very, very shortly for this 22 lap race around Marina Bay.
Yes, indeed. I'm very happy to get everything underway. What's happening? Oh God.
I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to see a lot more people on the soft compound tyres this time around. Trying to get the whole shot.
Rid me of half the channels in the Discord. I was wondering why I couldn't see anything.
That's not good.
Not at all, no. That. There we go. Can I now see stuff? Nope. I can't see any of the team channels.
There's nothing going on at the moment. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, but like fucking Discord, dude.
Yeah, it's a bit awful. Right, we haven't had anyone ready up early this time, which is nice. And we will get the race underway. After a formation lap as well, of course. So a little bit more waiting to do. Before we get underway.
We get underway, I'm gonna try to sort everything out.
Okay.
In the meanwhile,
right, we are imminently going to get them off the grid for the formation lap. Simi has readied up. Everyone's setups and strategies are loaded. Well, I hope everyone's setups are loaded, otherwise it's going to be a miserable evening for them. As we are going to get them back off the line and finally on the formation lap, ready to start this race. And looks like very similar actually to last time. We've got the two leaders again opting for the medium compound of tyre. Then we've got the other Alpine splitting the strategy between teammates in third on the softs. Then we've got 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th all on mediums. And then again the Aston Martins splitting the strategy with Kaz going hards. Tiger going hards as well behind. Then we've got Lance and Simi on the mediums. Cody on the softs again. AJ on the mediums. Ryan on the hards. Boris on the mediums. And Rob on the mediums. So very similar selection to last time. A couple of people changing Kaz on the hards instead this time. And AJ, I believe, switching from the hards to the mediums.
Yep.
Short.
I'm still struggling with my Discord, but I guess I'll figure out all of that later on. That is incredibly annoying.
Just
Not
Discord things.
Yeah. Unless someone's accidentally deleted all of the team chats, which I doubt would have happened.
Nah, because I can still see him. I believe. Don't know. Anyway, Harrison stretching out the field a little bit, although I think it's more a case of the field being bunched up a bit behind Golf and Spazerman. So the top 5 are kind of streaking away a little bit, and the guys behind are all line astern. Harrison wants to keep tabs on that because he doesn't want to be sat on the grid any longer than he has to be with the tyres leaking the precious heat, which will give him the launch off the line. And he's also going to have a hard charging Nick Furyman, his teammate, on the softer compound, the only man on the softer compound in the top 7. He's going to want to make up those positions very quickly and make the most of the extra grip he gets from the red walled soft tyres. As we see them now coming to the line. Hopefully we get a good angle for the start. As Harrison takes his pit box. He gets disqualified. Harrison's been disqualified there.
Oh dear. That is not a good look. And
No,
Oh,
it
that
really
would be
isn't.
why, because they've all been removed.
They've all been moved. Okay. Oh, okay, that's Big Boris, very aggressive at the back of the grid on a pretty much 45-degree angle to everyone else. I don't know what's going on with the thing. The camera angles are all over
Yep.
the place. I'm going to try and do my best
5 lights.
that I can. 5 lights are out, and away we go. And it looks like a good start from the front
Axel's
row,
going
but it's a
away
better
well.
start from the Ferrari. And he's going to be alongside Axel Ross going into turn 1. Nick Furyman also with a decent start makes
Oh,
contact.
that's a big hit. That must be front wing damage.
Made
That has to be front wing
contact
damage.
with the
That was
back
a massive hit.
of Axel Ross. Everyone seems to be through cleanly so far. Can't see any damage on the front of that Alpine. And down the inside, that is Ghost on Golf Maniac. He's made a great start. He's got past Golf and Spazerman, and that is a virtual safety car.
Yes, AJ round in turn 1. There's a front wing to be picked up there. So just a bit
Okay.
until the marshals get to it.
Great start from Ghost, our biggest winner in that. Up 2. Actually, no. Scratch that. Rob is the biggest winner, up 3 from last on the grid to P13, so good start from them two. Tiger at 1 and Simi also up into the top 10, with the biggest losers being Kaz on the hards, which is to be expected, and Lance as well, down 1, which is not what he wants after a shocking qualifying. He needed a good start and he hasn't got it.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's a good start from Harrison, and
Yeah.
I think Nick does have front wing damage. He must do after that hit.
It wasn't a
So-
huge hit on the back, I don't think. He might have a small bit, but I'm not sure if it'd be worth
I think it
pitting.
looked pretty significant. And
Furyman-
that is not going to help him either.
He's going to have to come in anyway, and green flag go, and oh, I thought Axel Ross had the jump there a little bit
Yeah.
on Harrison, but he didn't. He
It
backs
looked like
out
it
of
did.
it. Ghost, actually no, sorry, that's Arise getting past Nick, and now Ghost is having a look at the Alpine too, and he pits for his drive-through, so that's a shame for Nick. And now look at Ghost, got a great run out the final corner, draining his battery. He's going to try it down the inside at turn 1 on the McLaren, but the McLaren hangs it nicely around the outside and keeps the P3.
Kaz is in as well.
Kaz
Kaz
is
has
here.
damage, I
Is
believe, maybe?
he changing his front wing?
Yes, front wing change
Okay,
for
so-
the Aston Martin.
And I take it that's why AJ's in as well.
Yep.
Yep, so those 3 pitting on your screen now, they all have damage, that's why they've come in. So terrible start for them. Great start for Ghost, already up into P4 and sniffing around for that final podium place. And up front, it looks like Axel Ross has a lot of pace, a lot of confidence, and is really hounding Harrison here at the start of this one. Only 2 tenths now covers the top 2 positions, and they're already 1.6 ahead of 3rd place, although the other intervals are absolutely all over the place at the moment on my screen.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will reset as they
It
come
should reset
around.
after this lap,
Yeah,
as they cross the line.
Harrison's pulled a little bit more time now. Ooh, big snap there for Axel Ross on the exit of that corner, and Harrison's starting to stretch his legs, find a bit of confidence. As we cut to Ghost, he pulls out from the slipstream very momentarily. Oh, that's. Oh, I thought that was really light on the brakes. It wasn't. It was a bit of lag there from the McLaren.
Yep.
That would not have helped Ghost. That'd have put me off, I know, if I was Ghost.
Yeah, neither is a good sign for the lobby overall, but
No.
in EA we trust. Never good.
Never say that. We never trust EA. That is a accident waiting to happen if we ever trust EA, and that is the sign that DRS has been enabled. The only chance you really have of overtaking anyone around this track is with DRS open and a late dive down the inside at the end of this straight that the 2 leaders are on now.
Yes.
The rear wing open on the back end of that Ferrari. How close is he going to get? Barely even catches up.
Past the rise
Oh yeah, good move.
in the meanwhile.
Ghost's got good pace there, I think. Let's see what he can do now against the pace of the 2 in front as he moves his way up into a podium position. Yet to score a podium in FQ is Ghost. Couple of bad luck, couple of disconnections, big snap out of that corner as he makes his way into the middle section of the track. Everyone very close together as Nick's in again. Is that to repair the... Is that... What was that for?
Should be the front
Is that the
wing
drive
then.
through? Or was it the front wing?
I will check if that is front wing change. Yes, it is indeed. So Nick did have front wing damage from that first collision, and that has just turned the day from bad to worse for
Yeah.
Nicholas Fuhrman.
Poor Nick.
The fight at top very, very close indeed. Axel Ross now only a tenth behind Harrison.
Yeah, these two very close on pace.
To the final sector.
Nothing to separate them whatsoever. And I'll tell you what, if Axel Ross can stay this close, well, that was close to the white line there, you've got to be careful.
In sector 2, that is Boris, and there is a front wing on the track now, a full front wing on the track, so keep an eye out for virtual safety car or safety car coming in later on in this race.
Usually they come out immediately when a crash happens, so I think we got away with that one. As Boris, although Boris hasn't, he's going to have to come in. Another victim of the Singapore walls, as he actually overshoots the pit lane a little bit, which can be excused. And he's out. Is that going to be a safety car? He's crashed into the pit lane entry.
It doesn't seem like it.
The game hasn't brought out the safety car as of yet. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Arise are going side by side now, and through the start of sector 2, this might get a little spicy as Golf makes a nice move.
Nice move.
And is ahead of the McLaren.
Good move from Golf. We know what he can do, and yeah, I think we got away with that with Big Boris's car now cleared out of the way, so that will not be a safety car. So that's a shame for Boris. He clearly just misjudged the amount of grip he would have without the front wing, and hit the pit entry.
Yep. Here goes Axel Ross, not quite. Axel Ross is just happy staying behind Harrison for now. He could have had a few chances to overtake, but the Ferrari driver just not making the move and lifting off, saving ERS, while Harrison has used quite a bit of his ERS if you compare. 94% to Harrison's 67, so I think everything will play into Axel Ross's hands here, except a safety car.
True, although they are pulling very, very clear of the rest of the field. These two setting the pace at the moment. There's a couple of movers in the mid-pack too. Rob up 5 now from his original starting position. And it's a good start for him. So I'm going to go for tyre, there we go. Yeah, good start for him. And also Lance now up into 8, so he's up into the points.
Now alongside.
Axel Ross looks to the outside. Harrison comes it off well. Is there enough room for a switchback? He's going to have a look down the inside, and he thinks better of it.
Brave. That is very, very brave to look for a move down the inside there, but they've made it work. Axel Ross didn't quite commit to it, but that does prove that he is looking for the move for the lead, but he just doesn't want to burn his ERS completely. He knows they're faster than the rest of the field right now.
I have a feeling that Axel Ross is cooking here. He's very content to just sit behind the rear wing of that Alpine and save ERS and maybe go for a move if he gets a good enough run, which it might be now. He's really close to the back of the Alpine. He thinks better of it. He doesn't want to force a move that might end up in a bit of damage or a crash.
Yeah, he'll go for it now though. I have a feeling. Unless
he's not deploying anything.
Still.
He has a look.
Looking for gaps, but he's not deploying at all. I think he's going to be just saving the RS. He has 100% compared to Harrison's 60. He won't know that obviously. He won't know exactly Harrison's battery percentage, but yeah, I think down this next DRS straight, I think Axel Ross might go for the move.
Yeah, he's really close. He's got a lot more grip and confidence at this stage, and look at he's all over the back of the Alpine now. In the Ferrari, can he get the rear wing open? Bit of a snap, not a great exit out the corner. Is he going to deploy? He's not deploying, as Arise is the first person to get the penalty. He's going to look down the inside this time. Down the inside. Oh, that's close. But Harrison does really well, and he's going to keep the position for now. Is he going to have another look? That's close.
Oh my goodness.
Harrison keeps the lead. Great defence from him, but this is all going to cost them time. And Ghost is going to... Ghost, who is keeping them honest, they're going to want to watch out for him, because he's also dropping Golf, so Ghost only really has to look forward at the moment.
Yep.
So they can't afford to come together, or get any damage, or even hold each other up too much, battling like this.
Has, hold on, has Ryan pitted? No, he's just struggling.
Ooh,
7 seconds off now, the back of the pack.
Spazerman is going to get the move done here on Arise up into P5, around the outside. Really close. Good racing, but a good move.
There, but very, very nice racing indeed. As Axel Ross now only a 10th, he's pushing Harrison through, and I think Axel Ross might be cooking, as you say.
He is definitely cooking at this stage of the race. On these mediums, it seems to be suiting the Ferrari, and look how close he is. If only the straight was a little bit longer. He's still going to go for it, though. He thinks better of it. He tucks back in behind the Alpine, and he'll go again in a few corners' time with the DRS wide open once more. Look at the traction that he can get compared to the Alpine.
That is very, very nice indeed. Must be a higher downforce setup on the rears as that traction, as you say, looks very, very nice for the Ferrari. Now he deploys a little bit of ERS as they now head down this straight. And here is the move that he's been doing for a few laps, going down the inside here. Not going to do it on this occasion, but can he go down the inside here?
This is the closest he's been.
For it. Ooh.
But again, Harrison does really well. Harrison's doing an L plan, defend like a lion job here on reminiscent of Alonso in Hungary 2021. Doing a great job to hold on to the lead. And they're also dropping Ghost at the same time, so perfect for these two. But I'm sure Harrison doesn't feel that way at the moment. I'm sure he's absolutely bricking it in the cockpit.
Yep. But again, the ERS difference is large. Like, Axel Rose is keeping 100% battery. He's not deploying at all, so he has a lot more pace than he's letting on. Harrison on that 60% ERS is not bad, but it's definitely less than 100. As now Axel Rose not gonna go for the move. That it's gonna be a bit of a cat and mouse game, I feel, between the Ferrari and the Alpine for the rest of the race. If Axel Rose can get past, it'll be interesting to see if he can pull away, and he might just go for the move now into turn 1 here. He's gonna be alongside as they go into turn 1. That's gonna be very tight into turn 2. Side by side, great racing between the two as they head up the hill together, and a bit of tap there, but Axel Rose does take the lead.
Good clean racing.
A long time coming. Very good racing indeed. Neither gets DRS because the game is so good.
That's very odd. Maybe they were at exactly level over the detection point. I mean, that would be incredible if that's true. I'm not quite sure why that is, but that's good for Axel Rose. He keeps the lead, and now we can see what kind of pace, because he looked like he was being really held up there by Harrison, and he's already pulled 6/10 in about 3 corners. 7/10 now.
Yeah, Axel Rose looks absolutely unstoppable now.
8/10 now, almost a second. Is he already pulled out of that DRS of Harrison? We'll have to watch and see whether the Alpine gets the rear wing open. He doesn't. Alpine, that rear wing is firmly closed, and Axel Rose already 1.2 ahead. Great pace from him, and if he can keep this up, he's looking great for a win.
Yeah, would be his first win in Q, I believe.
Yeah.
As he heads to sector 3 at 1.5 now, he's looking like he's got this in the back for Ferrari. Ooh, as I say that, he just gets a big snap out of the final corner. Still 100% ERS, he's still not deploying at all.
That's how comfortable it is, as we look at someone who's actually flashing the rear wing. Arise, the closest battle on track currently is Arise behind Spazerman, and then behind him is Tiger, all within DRS of one another. In fact, the only two people getting DRS at this point, other than Cody down in 11th place, who's got DRS on his dad, as that is huge for the race. Ooh. Harrison, 3-second time penalty for 3 track limits violations.
Not what you want to see at all if you're Harrison, and now that invites Ghost in as well, because he's within that 3-second gap. But yeah, as you say, it's the father and son duo once again close on track. Cody and Rob, almost within a second of each other, and it looks like Rob is pulling away from the Alpha Tower.
Yeah.
And this race, might I say it's quite boring.
It's not the showstoppers that we usually get, and we haven't been treated to a usual Singapore safety car, but anything can still happen. And by the looks of it, Golf has really closed up now on the back of Ghost. I'm not sure what's happened to Ghost there, whether he's got any damage. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but he lost about 6-7 tenths through the middle sector, so not quite sure what happened to the Aston Martin man. He's now within that DRS range of Golf Maniac.
Yeah, Golf has had good pace here today, but it must have been a mistake from the Aston Martin driver, who's been looking good. Bar some internet issues early on. Hopefully he doesn't get disconnected later on in the race.
He's pulled the gap back out, to be fair, to just and I mean just over a second to the Haas.
Yep.
So maybe he made a mistake, but he had the ERS to get himself back out of that situation again. And he did only lose six or so tenths to Harrison, so definitely with that 3-second penalty looming over the Alpine, he could be on for a second place still.
Yep. And Axel was still at 100% ERS. That I must say is quite
Impressive.
quite incredible.
Yeah. As again, the closest battle on track is for 5th, 6th and 7th. Spazzaman dragging the 2 cars behind him along in his DRS, with neither car looking like they have enough pace to actually overtake Spazzaman, but just stick with him, with the benefit of the extra half a second or so per lap that you'll gain from having that rear wing open.
Yep. See Golf just about on that cusp, and Arise and Tiger chasing down Spazzaman, or rather Spazzaman pulling them along. I don't know which way which way it is right now. Lance struggling for pace in P8, Simeon P9, and Rob in P10, who's just hit a wall as I've gone to him. So
why do we open our mouths?
hairpin, I don't know. Robin P10 in the hairpin has hit the wall and has lost a bit of front wing.
Yeah, end plate damage.
And that is not gonna help you around Singapore. And Axel was in.
Axel Ross pits from the
Hards.
mediums?
Hard.
He's gone hard. That's a very,
Yes.
very odd strategy. He clearly thinks the undercut is the way to go around here, but I think that's... I don't
It might
know.
not be. I don't
I think the
agree
softs
with
will be
the
too
surgery,
strong. I think the softs will be too strong at the end.
but- Yeah,
We'll see.
that's very interesting indeed. As Cody and Rob follow suit into the pit lane, he will have clean air, will Axel Ross. But the question is, how will those hards feel? Because hards around this track are not the most incredible thing to have.
I don't think they'll be pretty quick, but I don't think they'll feel too bad. They'll feel quite consistent, lap to lap, and I don't know, maybe you'll be able to make up for it with the extra ERS he's saved up. Who knows? But definitely an odd strategy call for Axel Ross, if what we
Yes.
think is correct. I mean, we don't know whether the other guys are also going to do the same thing, but I would highly doubt. I'd highly doubt that, and I'd expect to see the Red Bull soft compound tyres coming out for Harrison in 2 or 3 laps time.
Yeah, I don't think the mediums will feel too bad at this time. They will be a bit second hand, but I don't think they'll be feeling like you need to pit right now. I think a few more laps will be just fine on them, and then going on to the softs till the end of the race is the preferred strategy, or
Yeah.
so we thought.
Bit of a battle for second brewing here with Ghost towing along Golf, who's now got the gap down to half a second, and now Spazzaman has got within that second of Golf, and he's also dragging the 2 behind him. So 5 cars now in that DRS train for second place, and Cody's out of the session. That could be safe. That's massive.
That is a safety
That
car.
is
That
so
is
unlucky
oh
for
dear, oh dear.
Axel Ross. It's a full safety car, and that means
Yep.
everyone will get a free pit stop other than Axel Ross.
I mean, he'll get the stop. I believe he will go into the pit line.
I think he's just past the pit lane, but you will also get
Yes,
to...
but
Ryan gets
and that's Ryan, 5-second penalty.
speed in the pit lane, unfortunate. But I imagine we'll see all the leaders in. Definitely Harrison and
Yes.
Ghost for sure. I'm not
The-
sure about the guys on the hards, but I think you'd be stupid not to stop at least for the medium
you have to
compound.
stop for mediums now, yes.
I mean, even a set of new
Mediums or
softs.
Yes. And everyone does have a set of new softs actually because of the lobby restart, so I think we'll see a lot more softs than we will mediums. But now, if you're
Ghost is out. Is that a crash?
That looks like a crash, yes.
Under safety car?
That is... Hold on, I'm on board with Simi, if the car doesn't get cleared. That is...
He's gone into the wall. He's
He's
gone
gone
into
straight
the
on.
George Russell wall.
Oh, no.
That is a real shame.
That is a heartbreak for the Aston Martin
'Cause
driver.
He was in net P1 with penalties applied, but... Oh, that is a real bummer for Ghost, who's out of the race under the safety car as well. Oh, dearie me. And now Golf is in a really good position. In behind
His
Harrison.
controller died.
His controller
Oh.
died. Oh, no. Oh, that is... I mean, he just gets no luck, does he, Ghost? whether it's his internet or his controller. But he was looking really good. So there are positives. Final race of the season, the pace was there. I'm sure he'll be back next season, as we now see the leaders coming in to the pits. Harrison, soft tyres for Harrison. Let's see what Golf does as he pulls into his pit box.
For everyone, but the interesting part is Axel Ross isn't pitting, and once again, don't agree with this strategy call for Axel Ross.
He's gonna gain. Why has he stopped? He's gonna gain track position on everyone other than Harrison, but he's gonna be on.
He's going to be on hard.
Hards
That's
compared
not
to
going to work.
soft. And the soft will easily get to the end now.
Yeah, everyone's going to the end now, and the hards aren't going to
Axel
work
Ross.
against softs. We know Axel Ross has a pace advantage, but it's not that big of a pace advantage.
No, that is such a shame. He was doing so well, extending that lead out in front, and it's that decision to pit for the hard tyres early that's really cost him. I mean, we know how likely a safety car is around here, and with a 3-second lead out in front, you almost need to react to what the guys behind you do, not pit first. But yeah, real shame. I mean, all he can do is his best now in second on the hards. We'll see what he can do.
To serve his 5-second time penalty, quite smart indeed. Although it might drop him dead last, considering the 3 guys behind him are now in the main straight, and they have all passed him. So. Serving the 5-second penalty, but dropping to last. What is your thoughts on that? Do you think it's worth it?
No, I think you'd have been better off keeping track position. To be honest with you, because the pack would have probably spread out quite a lot, and because it's so difficult to overtake here. But it does mean he doesn't have the penalty looming over him, and if there's another safety car, which is very likely around here, even with 9 laps to go, then he could be right back in it. So we'll see.
I'll tell you what though, the bottom 5, the bottom 4 are very far from the safety car, even with 1 more lap.
We're definitely going to get 1 more.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried that people might not catch up, although...
It's AJ, isn't it, that's at the head of that train, that's coming through into the middle sector right now. They should catch them. I mean, the safety car is going really slow.
Yeah, and that is true, actually. Through the final corner now, and yeah. That should be all good, all fine indeed. But right now, the provisional leader of the race is on hard compound of tires, while everyone else behind him is on softs. And it's under the lights, and it's a season finale, and it's a late safety car. Does this remind you of anything? Does it, Dodo?
I don't want to think about that. It's still too fresh. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say we can consider Axel Ross really as net P1, to be honest with you, because he is on such a disadvantage with tyre compounds. I'd say Golf at the moment. It's kind of his race to lose in many respects, with no penalties and fresh set softs.
Yeah, if Harrison does get away well, maybe Axel Ross can hold up the guys behind him for a possible 3 seconds, and maybe Harrison can drive into the distance, but that's
Golf
a big if.
needs to get past Axel Ross really quickly on the first lap of the restart, and then stay within that 3 seconds. And we know he can do it. We know he has pace. Golf, he's been on pole before at Jeddah.
He had his last podium, or first podium last week.
He did. So can he back up a first podium 2 weeks ago with a first win? But you also can't discount Spazman as well. We know he's got pace. Sitting in pretty in P4, and also Lance, who somehow quietly made his way up into P6, and we know his race pace can be very strong.
Yeah, never count out the champion. We've seen some incredible drives from him, but honestly, anyone still running in this race has a chance to win it. I mean, everyone is on those fresh softs, and anything can happen.
Safety car in
the rest of the race, so safety car is going to be in this lap. Harrison is going to restart us. And against those hards of the Ferrari, would you want to go early or would you want to go late?
I don't think it makes a massive difference here, because it is so difficult to overtake. There's not a massive slipstream effect down to turn 1, so I don't think it really matters, as long as he's not all over his gearbox. Golf Maniac has now got a 3-second penalty. Has cut the
should not say anything, should we?
Has got the track limits under safety car. Harrison's gone.
Harrison's gone.
That
Yeah,
hands the
that's
race
what
back
Wolf
to
got.
Spazzaman, I would say.
Yes. Or maybe even Harrison now, because
Yeah,
Spazzaman now has 2 cars to get past before he can even think about getting past Harrison.
as
And
they're underway and all quite spaced out, with Spazzaman though
Yep.
crawling all over the back of Golf Maniac in the Haas. Can he make a move? This is critical for this Grand Prix. If Spazzaman can get through, he is the first person on track on soft tyres without a penalty.
Yep.
So he needs to make these moves, but it doesn't look like he's going to do it this time around.
no, looks like Golf is running low downforce there. Just the way he got to the straight as Nick is 2 inches from hitting the back of AJ then. Oh my oh my. But he'll be looking to make his way through. He's currently in 11th place. Looking to make that 10th past AJ. No, he backs out of it. Quite smart, I would say. Not the place to make a move there.
Spazzaman
Yeah,
still
well,
all over the back
Spazzaman
of Golf,
very,
and
very
he looks
close
like
to
he might
Golf,
have a good
but-
run here. Tucked in the slipstream.
Yeah,
He
look
might
at
just
that.
have a go,
Golf
he
definitely
doesn't.
has lowered in.
Oh, Golf's. Oh, I thought Golf had gone deep then, but he gets it stopped really nicely. And that's already a second gap out front. AJ
Yeah,
is the next victim of track limits.
Penalty.
Spazzaman critically needs to get this move done. Really,
He has to
really
get this
critically
move
needs to get
done,
this move done to win this race.
Yeah. Axel was as well in P2, 1.5 seconds now, and Harrison just needs to floor it. Another safety car late on will ruin Harrison's race, because he cannot serve that 3-second time penalty, so he just needs to hope that he has the pace to get a 3-second gap on the rest of the field, which he is doing right now. He's 2 seconds up the road, and it's Axel Ross working as the bottleneck, as I said, as I predicted, for Golf and Spazzy.
Yeah, a big battle also in the midfield with Simi, who's all over the back of Tiger, and who's also got Kaz all over the back of him. So a couple of people really racy in the midfield. Ooh, that was close. AJ to the back of Kaz. Thought there might be a little tap, but it wasn't to be. And they all carry on safe and sound for now. As yeah, and Nick still hasn't made his way past AJ. Still down there in 11th place, unfortunately.
Yep. Oh, the Spazza and Golf have just lagged into each other there. That is
Is Spazza gonna go
incredibly
for a
interesting,
move
but that
here?
might open up a move for Spazzaman here, because he's gonna get a switch back. Golf has a bad line. Through here would be a brave move to go for, but he's gonna go for it. They are side by side now. Both wheels alongside for Spazzaman down the inside, brakes later. Golf still hangs it round the
Ooh,
inside,
contact
and
with the
that's a
wall.
hit on the wall. That's
Is that
a tap on
front
the
wing
wall
damage?
for Spazzaman, and that might be damage.
Oh,
That-
he's gone
that
really
very
wide.
much looks like damage.
And
That
look
looks
at
like-
behind, Arise is now past Spazzaman, and
Right,
Lance is also going to...
past Spazzaman.
Cody's out!
Cody's been out, mate. He
Oh,
was
Cody
out
left, sorry,
before
Cody
those-
left.
Yeah.
That came up on screen, I got a bit excited. But yeah, Lance past Spazzaman must be damage for this,
yeah, that
for
is.
that car.
We're having the same thing as we did in Australia. Anyone with a chance to win the race just wants to put it into the wall suddenly.
Yeah, other than Harrison, who seems to be getting away with that 3-second penalty, though he's not cleared just yet. Still 2.3 seconds back to Axel Ross. Axel Ross is actually doing an incredible job on those hard tyres.
Yes.
And he's going to be hoping that those softs do go off towards the end.
The hards might not be a bad tire to be on towards the end of the race. They might not be better than the softs, but they might not be worse.
And we know he has a pace advantage overall, so maybe he can make the difference. As we watch our champion Lance currently sat behind and in a provisional podium position with penalties applied. Incredible after such a terrible qualifying session. Kept his nose clean, and if things stay as they are, he will be P3.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. And Spazzaman really struggling out there. He definitely has damage on that front wing, and that is just unfortunate.
He's going to have to pit, I think.
He's not losing too much time. He might still be within the points if he doesn't, but definitely in this final corner where he's going to be losing a lot of the time with how
yeah.
wide he's going. There's no way that car is without damage.
Tiger's got a
Tiger
great run.
might just have the inside line here as he goes down the inside. Ooh, a bit of contact between the two there. Tigers
Look
just
at
bouncing
Simi.
off curbs, and that's Simi
Through
around
goes
the
Simi.
outside. What a move! What a move from Simi, and that's gone both of them. That's gotten all of them. That is absolutely a beautiful move from
Kaz
Simi.
looking at Tiger, AJ looking at Kaz, and Nick
And
is also past
really
Spazman. Spazman
struggling
down
now.
to 11th.
Yeah. Ryan's
Left, he's
disconnected.
disconnected, yeah. Shame.
Re-invite him, but that's a bit unfortunate.
Man making his debut, of course, in the Ferrari. That's not what he needs at all. But great move from Simi, and he's now he's already streaked away. He clearly was being held up quite a lot in that train. He's now over a second already after half a lap ahead of that that group. So with 5 laps to go, it's not impossible to say that he might be able to catch up to Lance.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm just gonna go through real quick of Axel Ross. Does he have anyone for a track limit violation? He does
Axel
not.
Ross has
So Axel
closed the
Ross-
gap.
Yeah,
It's
I was just about to
2.0.
say, Axel Ross has a clean slate. He can take 2 warnings and push a little bit to close that gap. Although his neat test, the McLaren swapped positions. That looked orchestrated to me. I don't know if it was.
I would imagine so,
joined
yes.
Quite late. Well, I guess we'll see if Arise tries for a move back. He doesn't. But yeah, as you say, Axel Ross closing the gap now, and the softs might be going off.
Yeah, 1.8 now. I mean, this has been a faultless, incredible drive from Axel Ross so far. We thought he was out of the race for the lead after that questionable strategy, but it's now seems to be working out for him as the soft runners, maybe tyres overheating or tyres going off. He just seems to be coming into his own now a little bit and closing that gap back down to Harrison.
Yeah, doing really, really well indeed here. It's Axel Ross and 1.4. What's happening to Harrison's tires? Something must be off with that Alpine.
Has he got damage?
Has he hit a wall?
I'm having a look at his front wing now. He's got both end plates. There's no visible
looks
front wing
fine.
damage. However, we know
But
this
neither
game
yeah.
does give damage even if there's no visible damage, because he's lost a second. On this lap alone,
There
he
must
must
be some
have
on
damage.
the Alpine.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of understeer for the Alpine. Harrison's hit the wall somewhere. This
Yeah,
is...
and like I said, we continue the trend of whoever's leading just decides to not to want to lead anymore. And yeah, that car looks very understeer indeed. That looks like damage for the Alpine, and that might be Harrison's race over. He will still finish in probably a podium position, but
We'll see. Depends on
the
how
race.
much Lance can close in.
Yeah.
Because Lance
very
is
true as well.
currently closing in on Golf Maniac, who also has that 3-second penalty. So, but he would need quite a lot more than that, Lance, if he wants to capitalise on the 3-second penalty for Harrison.
Axel Ross now within DRS and now very, very close to Harrison indeed, going around the outside into this next turn. That's going to be tight. Axel Ross backs out of it. Quite intelligent from the Ferrari driver. No need to risk something that wouldn't help your race technically.
If I was Harrison, I wouldn't fight. This is only going to cost them time. And he has that 3-second penalty over him with Lance behind as well, who is closing in.
Take DRS from Axel Ross here.
Yeah, he could do with just letting him by, and because he knows the race is lost with the penalties applied, he needs to try and secure that second place and let Axel Ross through and use him as a bit of a tow, because this is just costing them both time.
Axel Ross back down the inside, and no, Harrison stays ahead.
He's defending this too hard. As Spazman is the next
Spazman,
person to be done for track limits, but he is 20 seconds off the back of the pack, so that won't make much difference at all.
Yep. And it just looks like the Alpine just staying ahead. Ferrari maybe doesn't even want to get past.
Yeah, but they've also got to be careful. Golf catching up and getting within the DRS of these
Axel's
two.
down the inside.
Oh, contact!
That's
Harrison's been spun
massive
round.
contact. That
And
is
now
massive contact
Golf is going to
between
go
the leaders, and
through.
Golf is right there. And I'll tell you what,
Lance.
if that is a penalty for Axel Ross,
Lance is going to win.
Lance is in a position to win the Singapore Grand
But
Prix.
he could win it now. It's 1.3 seconds. It's 1.3.
It's 1.3. He's golf down the inside of Axel Ross now. Oi, 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 oi. This is getting a bit scary.
Such a shame for Axel Ross.
Down the inside of her eyes.
It's his first mistake all race long, and clearly just frustrated behind the damaged Alpine. Real shame also obviously for Harrison, who was having a really good race himself too, now down in 5th place. And that's Golf.
Lance and Golf have switched places because
Yeah.
there's been a teasing issue. That
Golf lagged behind. That's unfortunate for Golf, but
never
great
what
for
you want to
Lance.
see. Yeah. And
Lance has
now
got a
Lance
lap.
can chase down the win on track. And if, I don't know anything about what the stewards are going to decide.
We
But
can't.
that looked to me very much like a penalty for Axel Ross. Obviously, I have only seen it from my model, so
We can't think about that now. As it stands, Axel Ross is leading this race and will take the win, at least pre-stewards, with Lance in behind, unless Golf can do anything about it. But with that 3-second penalty, it's looking like a very good recovery from our world champion in Division 2.
somehow, some way, he manages to get into the top 3.
Harrison in more trouble with Arise as they've made more contact at turn 1. That's just allowing Tiger to close in. Oh, and Harrison's backed off massively. I don't know what's happened there.
He must have had an illegal overtake there. I
think he's got more damage. He's got
back.
end plate.
Yeah, he's losing an end plate now. Harrison just bad to worse now. As Simi in P6 now.
Kaz has a look.
Kaz having a look there. And yeah,
Harrison's going to
going
retire.
off off the racetrack. Shouldn't retire there. That's a bit naughty.
I don't know why else he'd be stationary there.
He hasn't retired yet. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know. We'll have to follow that one. Not quite sure what's going on, but we do follow. Yeah, he has retired on track there.
That is a bit.
bit
Everyone's
naughty,
gone past.
But then
He's
again,
waited for
it is
everyone to
last
go
lap,
past,
and
but
safety car can't come out. Anyway, as we cut to the race leader,
tell you
Axel
what.
Ross.
Axel Ross leading by 3.4 seconds. Even if he does get a post-race penalty,
Yeah.
he might still win this race, but he is going to win it on track. Absolute domination from the Ferrari here under the lights in Singapore in the season finale. Axel Ross wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Lance comes in second. Actually, that's Golf coming in second on track. Lance coming in second after penalties applied, 4 seconds behind. Arise comes in fourth on track, comes in fifth after penalties.
I don't know what's happened
Simi
there. Kaz let Simi back
gets
through.
sixth. Yeah, Nick gets 8th, AJ 9th, Rob 10th, and Ryan after a disconnection.
Not a
gets
bad debut
11th.
overall, I would say, for Ryan Mellon.
No, not at all.
And also, of
unlucky
course,
with,
for Arise.
disconnections, but would have loved to see what he can do otherwise.
But that is a first win in FQ for Axel Ross. Well done to him. A well-deserved race. He had the pace on everyone from lap 1. It was so fast on those mediums. Got unlucky with the strategy, but then made the hard tyres work incredibly after we thought he was pretty much done to take an incredible victory in the Scarlet Red Ferrari, with Lance somehow recovering. He always gets something out of a race. It's got to be Lance driver of the day for sure, and Golf taking a great P3 for himself as well. So all three of our podium sitters, I think, will be very happy with their efforts today. Very happy podium. Very big shame not to see Harrison up there, because he also deserved, I think, a strong finish after a great race. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes in racing, and I'm sure he'll come back stronger next season. So this is your final order, a first win ever in FQ for Axel Ross. A great drive. Lance takes P2 and Golf P3, and then it's Tiger and Arise with a great debut. First ever race, finishing in the top 5. An incredible effort from him. Simi, another one who made up a lot of places, in 6th place. Kaz, a weak performance for his lofty standards, but still decent points for the team. Nick, after recovering to P8 after a shocking start. AJ and Rob rounding out the final positions. And then Ryan and Spazerman were your final finishers. And then the DNFs, of course, were Harrison, Ghost, Cody, and Big Boris. As we will shortly get the podium sitters.
Instructed drivers too. Fine.
But we also need the, of course, sorry, I'm forgetting,
back.
the national anthem.
No idea what's happening. Yeah, that would be the French national anthem.
Yes, Axel Ross F1. So, for
Yes.
a great race from Axel Ross, we are going to have the delight of hearing the French national anthem. Alright, congratulations then to Axel Ross, who takes his maiden victory, and we will very shortly get the thoughts of all of our podium sitters and driver of the day, who of course was also one of our podium sitters, so we'll head down now.
Like 3 or 4 corners you lost it.
Hello everyone, well done on your podiums. I'm going to start, we're not going to draw this out too long, because obviously this has already been quite a long one. I'm going to start with our P3 man, Golf. Great drive from yourself, and one I'm sure you'd be proud of. Another podium after your first one 2 weeks ago. Talk us through how your race went.
It was a mixed bag, I think. I started on the mediums. I just wanted to go as long as I could, expecting, a safety car at some point, which gratefully came. Then I started having connectivity issues, which kind of didn't help. At one point, I glitched back behind Lance towards the end of the race, but I think strategy-wise, I think I got it spot on. I had the pace again today. I'm happy with another podium. It shows I've got the pace there to do it. I've just got to do it consistently.
Yeah, you definitely did have the pace, and like I said, another great P3. It looked at one point like you might challenge for the win, but you unfortunately got, of course, that track limits penalty. What happened there? Because I noticed that it was behind the safety car.
I went over just coming into the penultimate chicane. I went over the yellow sausage curb, and it gave me my third warning.
That is a shame, but like I said, another great podium for yourself. Good points for you and the team, and a great way to finish off the season.
Definitely. Cheers, Dolo. Thank you very much.
No worries. Okay, for next year, you want to take P2?
Yeah, Lance, somehow, some way, you've found yourself on a podium, despite looking off the pace for the weekend. How?
Yeah, look at the Irish, I suppose. There's nothing really else. My poly pace was shocking. I couldn't get any grip down ever. I kept just wheel spinning, and that was on the lowest diff setting. Coming into the race, then I was just in the thick of it really. So just survive T1 and whatever, and then it was kind of the gaps spaced out, and I was kind of just in my own clean air area. Then what was it? I went in for softs. I think it was the end of lap 11, and as I was putting on the pit limiter, the safety car came out, and I was like, do you know what? I might jump a few positions. And so I did. I think I jumped 3.
Yeah.
Came back out, and I remember ending up behind Arise 1K and Golf, who both had 3 seconds, and then there was that would have put me onto the podium, and I was like, a podium is possible here if I can just not get a penalty. So it was penalty discipline from then on, to be honest. But I don't know, I didn't have the pace at all. I was struggling really with the setup, and just even with the car in general, it wouldn't sit down.
Yeah. Well, very, very many congratulations to you for a podium and drive of the day, for that matter. Obviously you sealed the championship last time out in Australia. This time out you would have sealed it either way with Kaz down in P7.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Look, I was hoping for a big battle with Kaz, but I think I could be wrong, but I think he picked up nose damage in the first corner or something, and I was
perhaps,
kind of, yeah. I kind of, at that point, I was like, I suppose it's over. But no, like, he's been great this season to race, as has Skip and Golf and everyone else who I've had great battles with. It's been an incredible season. I'm so thankful to everyone for organising it and for racing. It's been incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, obviously.
You guys for commentating, obviously.
Congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on the podium today, and yeah.
And driver of the
if
day.
You want to take, yes, that too as well. I said that, but
Thank you.
if you
Much
want to take
appreciated.
afterwards, yes.
All right. Congrats, Lance. Congrats, obviously, on both championships and another great result for yourself. We move on to a man who has just won his maiden FQ race. Massive congratulations to you, Axel Ross. You were supreme all race. You had so much pace. Talk us through. I want to know mainly what the inspiration was for that early pit onto hard tyres.
So I'll be honest, it was in the Div 2 chat. People were saying softs weren't gonna last, so I just went for hards. So I just want to thank everyone that said that in chat. That helped.
Yeah, because we thought to start with that medium soft would be the best, and then when the safety car came out, you seem to have got the short straw really, but you made it work still on the hards, even though the guys around you were all on softs. How hard did you have to push to keep up with Harrison at the end?
I mean, I pushed a lot. I'm sweating right now, but I think towards the end, that's when I started catching him a lot. That's when, like, obviously that incident, I don't know if he'll saw it on stream. I apologize to him. I'm so sorry for that. That's my fault, and I understand that, so...
Well, yeah, it doesn't take away the fact that your race was an incredible drive, a win, and the perfect way to round off the season. And hopefully, this is a sign of things to come for yourself for season 3.
I hope so.
Congratulations to all our podium sitters. Thanks for all the interviews. And we'll round off this stream right here. It's been a long one, and I'm sure people want to get away, have dinner and whatnot, or the Div 1 guys watching want to do a little bit of last minute practice. So thanks as usual to Finexi for joining me.
Yes, thank you very much for the last time this season, and I'll say again, I could not do this without you.
Likewise.
Although you remember to press the start stream button about once every 15 races, so,
I mean, no one's perfect, are they? I mean,
just don't look at the thumbnails too much.
I'm a mediocre driver, but I've never promised to be a good streamer or commentator. So
If you are mediocre, mate, I do not want to think what I am. Okay.
This has been a learning experience for me all season. Thanks everyone for watching all the races. Streaming and commentating alongside Finexi has been an absolute honour. Some of the races have been some of the best races I've ever witnessed. So thanks everyone for watching. As usual, I think Div 1 is pushed back by 10 minutes, so they'll be on at 20-9, and that is the season finale, of course, around Miami.
Yeah.
Until next season, I'll see you next time.
Bye.